Hey everybody, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? Sleeping. Very beautiful day here in NYC, 70 degrees. So I had to wait until the kiddies stopped playing basketball. I would like to have some fresh air finally, to record. Gotta love noisy streets. So today I'm going to continue on with the book of Enoch, as there's so much noise going on outside. It's killing me. So please like. I'm not seeing as many likes, as many views on my page. Please share, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm in dire straits. I don't know how long I could keep my internet up for. Bills are compiling and I can't pay them. So anything that you could do to help would be appreciated. But I'm going to try to pump out as many videos as possible so that if I do go missing MIA, you'll know why, and you'll have a lot of stuff to read and watch. So let's get into it. From thence I proceeded to the middle of the earth, and beheld a happy and fertile spot, which contained branches continually sprouting from the trees which were planted in it. There I saw a holy mountain, and underneath it water on the eastern side, which flowed towards the south. I saw almost on the east another mountain, as high as that, and between them there were deep but not wide valleys. Water ran towards the mountains. To the west of this, and underneath there was likewise another mountain. There was a valley, but not a wide one, below it, and in the midst of them were another deep and dry valleys towards the extremity, of three. All these valleys, which were deep but not wide, consist of a strong rock with a tree which was planted in them. And I wondered at the rock and at the valleys, being extremely surprised. Then I said, what means this blessed land, all these lofty trees, and accursed valley between them? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who were with me, replied, this valley is the accursed of the accursed forever. Here shall we be collected, all who utter with their mouths unbecoming language against God, and speak harsh things of his glory. Here shall they be collected. Here shall be their territory. In the later days, an example of judgment shall be made of them in righteousness before the saints, while those who have received mercy shall forever all their days be bless God, the everlasting King. And at the period of judgment shall they bless him for his mercy, as he has distributed it to them. Then I blessed God, addressing myself to him and making mention as was meet of his greatness. From thence I proceeded towards the east, to the middle of the mountain in the desert, the level surface only of which I perceived. It was full of trees of the seed alluded to, and water leaped down upon it. There appeared a cataract, composed as of many cataracts, both towards the west and towards the east. Upon one side were trees, upon the other water and dew. When I went to another place from the desert towards the east of the mountain which I had approached, there I beheld choice trees, particularly those which produce the sweet-smelling drugs, frankincense and myrrh, and trees unlike to each other. And over it above them was the elevation of the eastern mountain at no great distance. I likewise saw another place with valleys of water which never wasted, where I perceived a goodly tree, which in smell resembled Zasta carinium. Someone tell me what that is. And I know my incense, by the way. And towards the sides of these valleys, I perceived cinnamon of a sweet odor. Over them, I advanced towards the east. Then I beheld another mountain containing trees from which water flowed like Nicotro. Its name was Soria and Calbonida. And upon these mountains, I beheld another mountain upon which were trees of Alva. These trees were full, like almond trees, and strong. And when they produced fruit, it was superior to all perfume. After these things, surveying the entrances of the north above the mountains, I perceived 7 mountains replete with pure nard, odoriferous trees, cinnamon, and papyrus. From thence I passed on above the summits of those mountains to some distance eastwards, and went over the Ithruian Sea. And when I was advanced far beyond it, I passed along above the angel Zatiel and arrived at the garden of the righteousness. In this garden I beheld, among other trees, some which were numerous and large, and which flourished there. Their fragrance was agreeable and powerful, and their appearance both varied and elegant. The tree of knowledge also was there, of which any one eats, but becomes endowed with great wisdom. It was like a species of the tamarind tree, bearing fruit which resembled grapes, extremely fine, and its fragrance extended to a considerable distance. I exclaimed, "How beautiful is this tree, and how delightful is its appearance." Then Holy Raphael, an angel who was with me, answered and said, "This is the tree of knowledge, of which thy ancient father and thy aged mother ate, who were before thee, and who, obtaining knowledge, their eyes being opened, and knowing themselves to be naked, were expelled from the garden." So just a reminder, this book is, from what I'm reading off of, is from 1955. And it's faded in some spots. It's an actual book someone scanned in. So there are faded things that I can't see very well. So don't mind me, please. Please don't mind me. From thence I went on towards the extremities of the earth, where I saw large beasts different from each other, and birds various in their countenances and forms, as well as with notes of different sounds. To the east of these beasts I perceived the extremities of the earth, where heaven ceased. The gates of heaven stood open, and I beheld the celestial stars come forth. I numbered them as they proceeded out of the gate, and wrote them all down as they came out one by one according to their number. I wrote down their names altogether, their times and their seasons, as the angel Uriel, who was with me, pointed them out to me. He showed them all to me and wrote down an account of them. He also wrote down for me their names, their regulations, and their operations. From thence I advanced on towards the north to the extremities of the earth, and there I saw a great and glorious wonder at the extremities of the whole earth. I saw their heavenly gates opening into heaven, 3 of them distinctly separated. The north winds proceeded from them, blowing cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. From one of the gates they blew mildly, but when they blew from the 2 other gates, it was with violence and force. They blew over the earth strongly. From thence I went to the extremities of the world westwards, where I perceived 3 gates open, as I had seen in the north, the gates and passages through them being of equal magnitude. Then I proceeded to the extremities of the earth southwards, where I saw 3 gates open to the south, from which issued dew, rain, and wind. From thence I went to the extremities of heaven eastwards, where I saw 3 heavenly gates open to the east, which had smaller gates within them. Though each of these small gates, the stars of heaven passed on and proceeded towards the west by a path which was seen by them, and that at every period of their appearance, when I beheld them, I blessed every time in which they appeared. I blessed the Lord of glory, who had made those great and splendid signs, that they might display the magnificence of his works to angels and to the souls of men, and that these might glorify all his works and operations, might see the effect of his power, mighty glorify the great labor of his hands, and bless him forever. The vision which he saw, the second vision of wisdom, which Enoch saw, the son of Jared, the son of Mahalalel, the son of Canaan, the son of Enos, the son of Seth, and the son of Adam. This is the commencement of the word of wisdom, which I received to declare and tell to those who dwell upon earth. Hear from the beginning and understand to the end the holy things which I utter in the presence of the Lord of spirits. Those who were before us thought it good to speak. And let not us who come after obstruct the beginning of wisdom until the present period, that which I have received, wisdom according to the capacity of my intellect, and according to the pleasure of the Lord of spirits, that which I have received from him, a portion of life eternal. And I obtained 3 parables, which I declared to the inhabitants of the world. Parable the first. When the congregation of the righteous shall be manifested, and sinners be judged for their crimes, and be troubled in the sight of the world. When the righteousness shall be manifested in the presence of the righteous themselves, who will be elected for their good works, duly weighed by the Lord of spirits. And when the light of the righteous and the elect who dwell on earth shall be manifested, where will the habitation of sinners be? And where the place of rest for those who have rejected the Lords of spirits? It would have been better for them had they never been born. When too the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed, then shall sinners be judged, and impious men shall be afflicted in the presence of the righteous and the elect. From that period, those who possess the earth shall cease to be powerful and exalted, neither shall they be capable of beholding the countenances of the holy. For the light of the countenances of the holy, the righteousness, and the elect have been seen by the Lord of spirits. Yet shall not the mighty kings of that period be destroyed, but be delivered into the hands of the righteous and the holy. Nor thenceforward shall any obtain commiseration from the Lord of spirits, because their lives in this world will have been completed. In those days shall the elect and holy race descend from the upper heavens, and their seed shall then be with the sons of men. Enoch received books of indignation and wrath, and books of hurry and agitation. Never shall they obtain mercy with the Lord of spirits. A cloud that snatched me up, and the wind raised me above the surface of the earth, placing me at the extremity of the heavens. There I saw another vision. I saw the habitus and couches of the saints. There my eyes beheld their habitations with the angels, and their couches with the holy ones. They were entreating, supplicating, and praying for the sons of men, while righteousness like water flowed before them, and mercy like dew was scattered over the earth. And thus shall it be with them forever and forever. At that time my eyes beheld the dwelling of the elect of truthful faith and righteousness. Countless shall be the number of the holy and the elect in the presence of God forever and forever. Their residence I beheld under the wings of the Lord of spirits. All the holy and the elect sung before him, in appearance like a blaze of fire, their mouths being full of blessings, and their lips glorifying the name of the Lord of spirits, and righteousness incessantly dwelt before him. There was I desirous of remaining, and my soul longed for the habitation. There was my inheritance, for thus had I prevailed before the Lord of spirits. At that time I glorified and extolled the name of the Lord of spirits with blessing and with praise. For he was established, it was blessing and with praise according to his own good pleasure. That place long did my eyes contemplate. I blessed and said, blessed be he, blessed from the beginning forever. In the beginning, before the world was created, and without end is his knowledge. What is this world? Of every existing generation, those shall bless thee who do not sleep in dust, but stand before the glory, blessing, glorifying, exalting thee, and saying, the holy, holy Lord of spirits fills the whole world of spirits. There my eyes beheld all who without sleeping stand before him and bless him, saying, blessed be thou, and blessed be the name of God forever and forever. There my countenance became changed until I was incapable of seeing. A lot of people who do paganism say blessed be a lot. Wonder if that's where it came from. After this, I beheld thousands of thousands and myriads, an infinite number of people standing before the Lord of spirits. On the four wings, likewise, of the Lord of spirits, on the four sides, I perceived others besides those who were standing before him. Their names too I know, because the angel who proceeded with me declared them to me, discovering to me every secret thing. Then I heard the voices of those upon the four sides magnifying the Lord of glory. The first voice, bless the Lord of spirits forever and forever. The second voice I heard blessing the elect one, and the elect who suffer on account of the Lords of spirit. The third voice I heard petitioning and praying for those who dwell upon earth and supplicate the name of the Lords of spirits. The fourth voice I heard expelling the impious angels and prohibiting them from entering into presence of the Lord of spirits to prefer accusations against the inhabitants of the earth. After this, I besought the angel of peace, who proceeded with me, to explain all that was concealed. I said to him, who are those who I have seen on the four sides, and whose words have I heard and written down? He replied, the first is the merciful, the patient, the holy Michael. The second is he who presides over every suffering and every affliction of the sons of man, the holy Raphael. The third, who presides over all that is powerful, is Gabriel. And the fourth, who presides over repentance and the hope of those who will inherit eternal life, is Venmo. These are the four angels of the Most High God, and their four voices, which at the time I heard. After this, I beheld the secrets of the heavens and the paradise according to its divisions and human action as they weighed in their imbalances. I saw the habitations of the elect and the habitations of the holy, and there my eyes beheld all the sinners who denied the Lord of glory, and who they were expelling from thence and dragging away as they stood there, no punishment proceeding against them from the Lord of spirits. There too my eyes beheld the secrets of the lightning and the thunder, and the secrets of the winds, how they are distributed as they blow over the earth, the secrets of the winds, of the dew, and of the clouds. There I perceived the place from which they issued forth and became saturated with the dust of the earth. There I saw the wooden receptacles out which the winds became separated, the receptacle of hail, the receptacle of snow, the receptacle of clouds, and the cloud itself, which continued over the earth before the creation of the world. I beheld also the receptacles of the moon, whence the moons came, whether they preceded their glorious return, and how one became more splendid than another. I marked their rich progress, their unchangeable progress, their disunited and undiminished progress, their observance of a mutual fidelity by a stable oath, their proceeding forth before the sun, and their adherence to the path allotted them. In obedience to the command of the Lord of spirits, potent is his name forever and forever. After this, I perceived that the path, both concealed and manifest, of the moon, as well as the progress of its path, was there completed by day and by night, while each one with another looked towards the Lord of spirits, magnifying and praising without cessation, since the praise to them is rest. For in the splendid sun there is frequent conversation, to blessing and to malediction. The course of the moon's path to the righteous is light, but to sinners it is darkness. In the name of the Lord of spirits, who created a division between light and darkness, and separating the spirits of men, strengthened the spirits of the righteous in the name of his own righteousness. Nor does the angels prevent this, neither is he endowed with the power of preventing it. For the judge beholds them all and judges them all in his own presence. Wisdom found not a place on earth where she could inhabit. Her dwelling, therefore, is in heaven. Wisdom went forth to dwell among the sons of men, but she obtained not an inhibition. Wisdom returned to her place and seated herself in the midst of the angels. But inequity went forth after her return, who unwillingly found a habitation and resided among them, as rain in the desert and as dew in a thirsty land. I beheld another splendor, and the stars of heaven. I observed that he called them all by their respective names, and that they heard. In a righteous balance, I saw that he weighed out their light, the amplitude of their places, and the day of their appearance, and their conversion. Splendor produced splendor, and their conversion was into the number of the angels and of the faithful. Then I inquired of the angel who proceeded with me and explained to me secret things, what their names were. He answered, a similitude of those who has the Lord of spirits showed thee. There are names of the righteous who dwell upon earth, and who believe in the name of the Lord of spirits forever and forever. Another thing also I saw respecting splendor, that it raises out of the stars and becomes splendor, being incapable of forsaking them. Parable the second, respecting these who deny the name of the habitation of the holy ones and the Lord of spirits. Heaven they shall not ascend, nor shall they come on the earth. This shall be the portion of sinners who deny the name of the Lord of spirits, and who are thus reserved for the day of punishment and affliction. In that day shall the elect one sit upon a throne of glory, and shall choose their conditions and countless habitations, while their spirits within them shall be strengthened. When they behold my elect one, shall choose them for those who have fled from protection to my holy and glorious name. In that day I will cause my elect one to dwell in the midst of them, will change the face of heaven, will bless it and illuminate it forever. I will also change the face of the earth, will bless it and cause those whom I have elected to dwell upon it. But those who have committed sin and iniquity shall not inhabit it, for I have marked their proceedings. My righteous ones will satisfy with peace, placing them before me. But the condemnation of sinners shall draw near, and that I may destroy them from the face of the earth. There I behold the Ancient of Days, whose head was like white wool, and with him another whose countenance resembled that of a man. His countenance was full of grace, like that of one the holy angels. Then I inquired of one of the angels who went with me, and who showed me every secret thing concerning the Son of Man, who he was, whence he was, and why he accompanied the Ancient of Days. He answered and said to me, this is the Son of Man, to whom righteousness belongs, with whom righteousness has dwelt, and whom will reveal all the treasures that will and which is concealed. For the Lord of spirits has chosen him, and his portion has surpassed all before the Lord of spirits in everlasting uprightness. This Son of Man, whom thou beholdest, shall rise up kings and the mighty from their couches, and the powerful from their thrones, shall loosen the bridles of the powerful and break in pieces the teeth of sinners. He shall hurl kings from their thrones and their dominion, because they will not exalt and praise him, nor humble themselves before him, by whom their kingdoms were granted to them. The countenance likewise of the mighty shall he cast down, filling them with confusion. Darkness shall be their habitation, and worms shall be their bed, nor from that their bed shall they hope to be again rise, because they exalt not the name of the Lord of spirits. They shall condemn the stars of heaven, shall lift up their heads against the Most High, shall tread upon and inhabit the earth, exhibiting all their works of iniquity, even their works of iniquity. Their strength shall be in their riches, and their faith in the gods, whom they have formed with their own hands. They shall deny the name of the Lord of spirits, and shall expel him from the temples in which they assemble. And with him the faithful who suffer in the name of the Lord of spirits. Just saying. In the day of prayer of the holy and the righteous, and the blood of the righteous shall ascend from the earth into the presence of the Lord of spirits. In that day shall the holy ones assemble, who dwell above the heavens, and with united voice petition, supplicate, praise, laud, and bless the name of the Lord of spirits on account of the blood of the righteous, which has been shed, that the prayer of the righteous may not be intermitted before the Lord of spirits, that for them he would execute judgment, and that his patience may not endure forever. At that time I beheld the Ancient of Days, while he sat upon the throne of his glory, while the book of the living was opened in his presence, and while all the powers which were above the heavens stood around and before him. Then were the hearts of the saints full of joy, because the consummation of righteousness was arrived, and the supplication of the saints heard, and the blood of the righteous appreciated by the Lord of spirits. In the place I beheld a fountain of righteousness, which never failed, encircled many springs of wisdom. Of these all the thirsty drank and were filled with wisdom, having their habitation with the righteous, the elect, and the holy. In the hour was this Son of Man invoked before the Lord of spirits, and his name in the presence of the Ancient of Days. Before the sun and the signs were created, before the stars of heaven were found, his name was invoked in the presence of the Lord of spirits. A support shall be for the righteous, and the holy to lean upon, without falling, and he shall be the light of the nations. He shall be the hope of those whose hearts are troubled. All who dwell on earth shall fall down and worship before him, shall bless and glorify him, and sing praises to the name of the Lord of spirits. Therefore, the elect and the concealed one existed in his presence before the world was created and forever. In his presence, he resided and has revealed to the saints and to the righteous the wisdom of the Lord of spirits. For he was preserved the lot of the righteous, because they have hated and rejected this world of iniquity, and have detested all of its works and ways in the name of the Lord of spirits. For in his name shall they be preserved, and his will shall be their life. In those days shall the kings of the earth and the mighty men who have gained the world by their achievements become humble and continent. For in the day of their anxiety and trouble, their souls shall not be saved. They shall be in subjugation to those who I have chosen. I will cast them like hay into the fire, and like lead into the water. Thus shall they burn in the presence of the righteous, and stink in the presence of the holy. Nor shall a tenth part of them be found. But in the day of their trouble, the world shall obtain tranquility. In this presence shall they fall and not be raised up again, nor shall they be any one to take them out of his hands and to lift them up. For they have denied the Lord of spirits and his Messiah. The name of the Lord of spirits shall be blessed. Wisdom is poured forth like water, and glory fails not before him forever and ever. For potent is he in all the secrets of righteousness. But iniquity passes away like a shadow, and possesses not a fixed station. For the elected one stands before the Lord of spirits, and his glory is forever and ever, and his power for generation to generation. With him dwells a spirit of intellectual wisdom, the spirit of instruction and of power, and the spirit of those who sleep in righteousness. He shall judge secret things, nor shall any be able to utter single words before him, for the elect one is in the presence of the Lord of spirits according to his pleasure. In those days, the saints and the chosen shall undergo a change. The light of the day shall rest upon them, and the splendor and glory of the saints shall be changed. In the day of trouble, evil shall be heaped up upon sinners, but the righteous shall triumph in the name of the Lord of spirits. Others shall be made to see that they must repent and forsake the works of their hands, and that glory awaits them, not in the presence of the Lord of spirits, yet that by his name they may be saved. The Lord of spirits will have compassion on them, for the great is his mercy, and righteousness is in his judgment, and in presence of his glory, nor in his judgment shall iniquity stand. He who represents not before him shall perish. Henceforward, I will not have mercy on them, saith the Lord of spirits. In those days shall the earth deliver up from her womb, and hell deliver up from hers, that which it has received, and destruction shall restore that which it owes. He shall select the righteous and holy from among them, for the day of their salvation has approached. And in those days shall the elect one sit upon his throne, while every secret of intellectual wisdom shall proceed from his mouth, for the Lord of spirits has gifted and glorified him. In those days the mountains shall skip like rams, and the hills shall leap like young sheep, satiated with milk. And all the righteous shall become angels in heaven. Their countenance shall be bright with joy, for in those days shall the elect one be exalted. The earth shall rejoice, the righteous shall inhabit it, and the elect possess it. After that period, in the place where I had seen every secret sight, I was snatched up in a whirlwind and carried off westwards. There my eyes beheld the secrets of heaven and all which existed on earth, a mountain of iron, a mountain of copper, a mountain of silver, a mountain of gold, a mountain of fluid metal, and a mountain of lead. And I inquired of the angel who went with me, saying, what are these things which is secret I behold? He said, all these things which thou beholdest shall be for the dominion of the Messiah, that he may command and be powerful upon earth. And that angel of peace answered me, saying, wait but a short time, and thou shalt understand, and every secret thing shall be revealed to thee, which the Lord of spirits have decreed. Those mountains which thou hast seen, the mountains of iron, the mountain of copper, the mountain of silver, the mountain of gold, the mountain of fluid metal, and the mountain of lead, all these in the presence of the elect one shall be like a honeycomb before the fire, and like water descending from above upon these mountains shall become deliberated before his feet. In those days men shall not be saved by gold and by silver, nor shall they have it in their power to secure themselves and to fly. There shall be neither iron for war, nor a coat of mail for their breast. Copper shall be useless, and useless also that which neither rusts nor consumes away. Odd lead shall not be coveted. All these things shall be rejected and perish from off the earth, when the elected one shall appear in the presence of the Lord of spirits. There my eyes beheld a deep valley, and wide was its entrance. All who dwell on land, on the sea, and in islands shall bring to it gifts, presents, and offerings. Yet the deep valley shall not be full. Their hands shall commit iniquity. Whosoever they produce by labor, the sinner shall devour their crime. But they shall perish from the face of the Lord of spirits, and from the face of this earth. They shall stand up and shall not fail forever and ever. I beheld the angels of punishment who were dwelling there and preparing every instrument of Satan. Then I inquired of the angel of peace who proceeded with me, for those instruments were preparing. He said, these they are preparing for the kings and powerful ones of the earth, that thus they may perish. After which the righteous and chosen house of his congregation shall appear thenceforward, unchangeable in the name of the Lord of spirits. Nor shall those mountains exist in his presence, as the earth and the hills, as the fountains of water exist, and the righteous shall be relieved from the vexation of sinners. I'm going to end with this chapter here. Then I looked and turned myself to another part of the earth, where I beheld a deep valley burning with fire. To this valley they brought monarchs and the mighty, and there my eyes beheld the instruments, which they were making fetters of iron without weight. Then I inquired of the angel of peace, who proceeded with me, saying, for whom are these fetters and instruments prepared? He replied, these are prepared for the host of Zaziel, that they may be delivered over the judgment to the lowest commendation, and their angels may be overwhelmed with hurled stones, as the Lord of spirits has commanded. Michael and Gabriel, Raphael and Furiel shall be strengthened in that day, and shall then cast them into a furnace of blazing fire, that their Lord of spirits may be avenged of them for their crimes, because they become ministers of Satan and seduce those who dwell upon earth. In those days shall punishment go forth from the Lord of spirits, and the receptacles of water, which are above the heavens, shall be opened, and the fountain likewise, which are under the heavens and under the earth. All the waters which are in the heavens and above them shall be mixed together. The water which is above the heavens shall be the agent, and the water which is under the earth shall be the recipient. And all shall be destroyed who dwell upon earth, and who dwell under the extremities of heaven. By this means shall they understand the iniquity which they have committed on earth, and by these means shall they perish. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this second part of the Book of Enoch. A lot of good stuff there. A lot of good stuff. What are above the heavens? The interview I did with Chad, he talks about this. Very interesting. So go check that video out, because he does talk about Enoch and the moon. So go check that one out. I hope you enjoyed. Again, please like, please share, please subscribe. If you can help me out in any way that you possibly can, those are it. Again, thank you to everybody who comes and listens and enjoys. Love and light to every one of you. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.